Okay.
Avery, just second game in a row, you go into halftime and you're down in a double-digit hole. I mean, what do you attribute?
Well, for first quarters, we've been getting off to really poor starts. We were cooking good there for a minute. I think the score was about 7-2. And then we made 3 defensive errors in a row, 2 of which I think led to 3-pointers. And then the onslaught began. And then there was a stretch there where we started to turn the ball over. And we're just not quick enough when we turn the ball over to get back in transition. So it was a culmination of defensive errors, poor offense, which led to them, having a 34-21 first quarter. And right now, with the way the state of our team, we're not that good to survive early poor starts. So hopefully we'll get off to a better start tomorrow night.
Can you attribute any of that to their fast break offense?
Yeah, just what we thought about them. They hurt us with their fast break offense in Houston. And that's when we were relatively healthy. So we got to do a better job of getting back on defense, making the defense pay a little bit more on offense. We had poor spacing, and then we just missed some shots. We missed a few shots in the paint we normally make. We had a couple of wide open threes that we normally make. We missed those, and they turned them into fast breaks.
Can you just tell us more about the decision to start Petro or
Outlaw? Yeah, we're just pretty much trying to shake things up a little bit. If you keep doing the same thing and continue to get the same results, that's not good. So we tried to shake it up, tried to bring Jordan and Sasha off the bench in the third quarter. We cut it down to about 15 or 13 there for a minute, and then they scored again. So when you're in our situation, you just try to shake it up, change things up a little bit, but nothing really worked tonight. Yeah, he's tough, man. He's, because live in the area, I know him and I watch him and I've watched his maturation. And when they matched the offer sheet that Cleveland gave him this summer, you understand why. And then they traded the guy from last year just to give him the spot. He's really turned out to be a fine guard, good body, much improved 3-point shooter. Terrific defensively, hard-nosed kind of player.
Avery, were you angry with these guys, or you just write it off as
disappointed? Disappointed. You can't keep writing it off as a bad game. I'm a competitor. We expect more. We don't make any excuses. We just didn't get it done tonight.
Do you think any of that was overlooking today's game for tomorrow's game?
Overlooking? We're not in a situation to overlook. If we were overlooking, then let's figure out, when I talk to you guys at around 10 o'clock, 10:15 tomorrow night.
Avery, is it tough right now because this is the first time in your career you're coaching, or not, you're coaching almost nothing to play for, like playoff-wise? You haven't coached a lot of, unimportant games.
Well, you remember early on I told you guys I knew what I signed up for, and I knew it would be a lot of long nights, but that's what the challenge was. When you're a team that was decimated like we were, and we had to change over the roster, we knew we would have some long days, and it would be a process, and that's why we've been preaching process. We knew we would have some difficult moments, disappointing results. We would have some embarrassing losses, but that didn't sway us one bit, and it still doesn't today. We'll watch some film late tonight, and we'll be in early tomorrow getting ready for our next game.
Was putting the starters on the bench for the fourth quarter, was that just a way to mix it up, or were you sending a message?
Well, I think we probably weren't going to come back at that point, try to give some other guys who we thought could give us some energy. It didn't happen. So again, hopefully the starters that didn't get back in, they'll have plenty of energy tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, guys.
Any extra incentive playing your old team tonight?
It was good seeing Brooke and Kris, and pretty much the only guys left here on that team. So, we wanted to come here and get a win. That was our main focus, and we was able to do that.
Does it surprise you when you look at this team? The fact that you were here less than a year ago and the whole roster's turned over, basically?
With knowing the business, you understand that part of it. And, they felt they needed to make moves and make changes and bring guys in. They're doing better than last year. They won 23 games, so they're having some kind of progression. So hopefully they'll keep doing that and keep rebuilding around Brook and do well next year.
What's this playoff chase been like for you guys?
It's been good. We've been playing good. We're getting a lot of wins lately. We just got to continue to do that and wait for other teams like Memphis to start losing some games.
In the beginning of the year when you guys struggled out of the gate, was it the kind of thing where after last season you thought, oh no, here I go again, that type of thing?
Nah, I knew that we would pick it up. I mean, we had a rough preseason. We started in training camp, then we went straight to China on a time change, and then coming back and then having a couple of days and going to LA was another time change. So it was pretty difficult for us. So we knew we would rebound.
Does that trip set you back at all? The fact that you need to get adjusted to a whole new culture, time change, that type of thing?
Can't blame it on that completely, but it was definitely difficult.
What's your role been like last year starting, this year coming off the bench?
The role is basically the same. Just go out there and make plays on the defensive and on the offensive end. And the only thing different is just that I'm coming off the bench as 6 man. So not too many changes in the role.
Thanks.
Can I explain it? I think we all just gotta take it amongst ourselves and be mentally prepared to go out there and do our jobs. You know, it's a tough way to play. You want to have fun and compete, and when you're having games like this, it just takes it to get it over type attitude. When I love playing basketball, playing in front of fans and being able to do that. If you could do that year round, that'd be unbelievable. But we got to play the right way and trust each other and really do what we've done. We have had success this year.
Is any of that thing of motivation or energy or anything like that, knowing that everybody else has something on the line right now?
I think, I was saying it earlier today, however each individual on this team has to motivate themselves. You got to do it, and there's plenty of reasons to play hard. There should never be a problem with motivation. So, luckily we have another one tomorrow, and we're trying to turn it around.
Motivation shouldn't be tough against this Knicks team. For you guys especially, is it a little bit different now that after the trade is over and everything like that, all that speculation, now that he's a done deal?
All that talk is more for the media, you guys, but for us, it's just competing. And, it is, a situation where we kind of have a lot of the same fan base and stuff like that. So, I see that there's kind of a rivalry in that sense, but at the end of the day, it's about competing and just trying to go out there and win, whether we are playing for the playoffs or not, or whatever the case is. You play to win, so that's what we're trying to do. All right.
Where did you feel this one just slip away?
First half, somehow we started well. First quarter we were in the game, and they started a little run. They played the right way. They know how to play. They know each other. They played tough, so they won.
Were you surprised just after the last outing that you guys didn't come out with a little bit more, I guess, fire in that first half?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know what's the purpose of us playing like that, but we tried. We wanted to win, obviously, but we got to flush that one down the toilet. Tomorrow it's probably the biggest game of the season, and we got to come with the right mentality.
Do you think you guys might have been overlooking this game for tomorrow's biggest game, which you call the biggest one of the season?
Maybe a little bit, but I think that probably it was lack of focus today, or something went wrong. They just catch that momentum. We were trying to get it back, but they didn't let us back in the game. As soon as we got something, they called timeout, or they made a big basket. So tomorrow it's a big game.
Good. You feel different this game because it's the first game probably in your career. You've been in the league for 7 years and you've never really had a game where there's no meaning, you're eliminated now. Is there a different feeling for you?
Yeah, but what are you trying to do as a professional? Try to come out and play as tough as you can, and we can't let it go. I mean, we got 9 games. We got games that we can make life difficult for some other teams. Coming into New York tomorrow, that's going to be the game of kind of recognition, kind of stepping up and showing them that we are right there somehow. And Then we got a couple of games against Philly, Miami, but tomorrow is probably the biggest game of the season, and we can't hide the fact that we got to do everything possible to win it.
Jordan, first off, I know this isn't the end. You guys have been looking for the last 2 games, but how do you turn this thing around after basketball?
Just play with a sense of urgency, sense of pride. Understand that you're playing for the love of the game, playing for the other guys in this locker room. They have worked so hard this season. But for the guys who don't really get to play much, there's still a lot for us to play for outside of the playoffs, and try to have some kind of carryover to next season.
Difficult for you since every year you've been a pro, you've been part of the postseason.
Yeah, it's been difficult all year, but that's the nature of this business. Now we're going to be on the upswing, and sometimes you have to fight through adversity and remember times like this when you do get back on the other side so you can cherish it.
You guys always talk about you get to bounce back right away in this league because of the next game's the next night. You've got the Knicks. Now is this Knick rivalry, is it heightened now that Carmelo is a Knick?
I'm not sure. No, this is my first experience with the Knicks rivalry this season, so for me it's just about continuing to go out there and play basketball and do whatever's asked of me. Try to the best of my ability.
But is it a little bit different than, a lot of guys said they were having a little bit of a chip on their shoulder since it seems all season this, cloud kind of hung over, nobody knew what was going on. Is there a chip or is there a thing where you say, what if, had we not had to deal with this, we could have a number of wins?
You can say that about any situation across the league. It doesn't really matter what it's about going out there playing basketball. I think, having a lot of energy out there, be exciting and be fun. Atmosphere to play in. Hopefully we respond well and give a great effort.
And then speaking of energy, how do you get that good start in the first half, something that you guys have been searching for the last 2 games?
Just come out with the right intention to play the right way from the jump ball. And hopefully that rivalry and the buzz in the building will help create some of that nerves and energy and make
he wants you to bring it home to him.
Who?
Jason.
Oh yeah, I had to.